Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the clicks, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. Yes, you're feeling it, the energies. I feel them too. Had some few observations and conversations today about the energies that it's coming in too. And we're going to be finding out that today the moon, it's going to be in divine energies with Jupiter, who is retrograde and squares Chiron, but the moon is going to be trining Chiron. With that energy, that download, if you wish, or with that understanding, because the moon knows the past and the future, right? She's ruling the knots. And as she's squaring the knots still a little bit in the morning, we are going to be seeing it that she is going to be getting a huge download, huge understanding. Because what is it, the intuition, though? The proper way of the intuition is about you to find answers where is you want to go. This energy of moving in the right directions, right? The intuition is like a compass in there. In the soul, the intuition, that is like the GPS, right? You want to go to the road, you need somewhat directions. And that's what the moon is going to do. It's going to be looking at and to find the directions for the right road, while seems that this future that is going to be coming in, it has to be a proper. The moon is preparing. In 2 days, we're going to have the new moon in there, but the new moon is going to be coming with what? With the energy, like, you know what? Whatever we were putting us together, personality and so on, we're not good enough. We are going to be looking at into that energy that's going to be coming in. It's coming in 2 days. Like you look in the situations of this personal union of planets opposing that Jupiter and squaring Chiron is like, we haven't built things. We need to do something else. The new moon after, we're going to be talking about this in 2 days. Though the first thing that's going to be moving in there, that is going to be Venus. Venus is going to be moving out. She's going to be moving into Aquarius, and the moon is going to be joining in there, because first things first is the changes that's going to be happening of about this download that is going to be coming in from Jupiter. That is going to be coming in with that understanding, values, and put love into what you are valuing. Okay. That's what love is important. Okay, so with this energies, currently what we have. Well, at 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have the inner work is going to be at Scorpio, trining the North Node. Very beautiful, because that is an emotions. You have to go through the emotions. You got to feel the energies. The moon, it's going to be at 15 degrees of Sag. She's going to be in the divine energies with Jupiter and the dark sun, which is that's going to be awakening, right? The dark sun is the transformations, is about, don't forget about deep inside of you, what you're hiding. Why you're hiding your light, right, into the darkness. It has to comes in. That is the one of this purpose of the dark sun. I mean, take a look at it in the channel. I actually put a very beautiful post about this. All right, so this is going to be the energy. The intuition is going to be seeking. She's going to be getting this energies, but Jupiter is retrograde. He's like, go back and review it, because what you have currently, it doesn't work. You need to figure out something else. All right, so as we are going to be going into with this at 8 o'clock in the morning, we're going to be facing the true Lilith that it's right now opposing Uranus. Uranus is at 27 degrees of Taurus. Is about like, well, the material world, it doesn't work. Something in the material world is not like the way it should be, and you're finding the truth. The truth is coming in how you're dealing with the material possessions of yourself, reevaluating that, because that is what Uranus is trying to tell us. You need to find different cosmic way to do the things in the world. Okay, so this is going to be coming in as a download, guys. When Uranus is going to be coming in, is going to go direct, but at that moment, he's still a retrograde. So we were evaluating this, but the truth that it's going to be find out, because the true Lilith is at Scorpio, that is it. What is this things that doesn't really work with others in the material world? And that is going to be Uranus is going to be like, you need to change and upgrade yourself. You need to look to put the things better within yourself. And how do we know this? Because guys, you need to also learn astrology, right? Here is what we are talking about, the inner work that is with the true Lilith, and that is that opposing Uranus. And what is Uranus says? Go and put the things together within you, so they're going to be working for you, right? So people who are doing their inner work right now, these things is going to be resolved, while the problem is still going to be exist, because Jupiter right now, it is right of that oppositions, right? And as we see in those energies up here right now, we are seeing at Mercury, we see in the ascendant, we see at Mars, we see at the Sun, we see at Venus. They're all opposing here, right? So now these energies, they're going to be start changing, because Venus is going to be what? Start charging forward. I said that in quite a few reports that Venus is going to come behind, it's going to join Mars, then it's going to passing the Sun, and she's going to be kind of like in hurry up, okay? And you're going to feel that hurry up, because the love and the values is going to be coming into you. What are you valuing? How are you valuing? But the values that you have within you are yours. But you have to get what? Those love and values with others, right? And that's where it's going to be the transformations. Okay, we're going to see it when the Venus is going to be joining, and it's going to be crossing into Aquarius. It's going to be a lot of changes. All right, the next hour we're going to see some 9 o'clock. This is going to be the inner work with the moon, within the intuition. She's seeing the problems with the inner child. She understands that this in there, and she's like, okay, I found the solutions. They're coming from Jupiter. It's going to be require some growth. Okay, it's going to be require some growth. You cannot have maturity and immaturity. You cannot have two dreams and one opportunity. You have to choose. And here is the choice of that growth. Some people is going to be choosing to grow. Some people is going to be choosing to contract. Some people are going to have like this explosion growth. Some people are going to have the backwards, which is going to have the implosion. Closing. I don't want it. I don't get it. I end this, and so on. And the ascendant that's going to be at Aquarius is going to be in divine energies with Jupiter. That is going to be the moment where we are going to be seeing it, the most beautiful yacht at 9 o'clock for us. And what I'm talking about, the yacht, it is the event horizon is going to be comes in. It's going to be pointing out the energies towards Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be pointing out to the moon. Now, the inner work, you know, those downloads, there's going to start coming in. But what is the solution? Here is the solution. You got to put your communications, you got to put your actions, you got to put the will and authority and love and values together. And that is the one thing that is going to be kind of like hard, because some of the people, as they say, they're going to explode, some's going to be imploding. Who you going to be? How you going to be? It's entirely up to you. You're going to feel the both energies, by the way, and this is going to be that moment in there that the moon, as the intuition, as a download, she's going to get the download that it's like, wait a minute, what I'm doing, and I'm working on for the future, or I'm acting for the past. So before you're making decisions, as I said, yesterday's report, because this is tied up to the yesterday's report in there. Before you make decisions and things that you want to do, and you're acting in a base of temporary emotions, the intuition right now is learning the lessons that it has to have a stable structure. And that stable structure has to comes in first where? In us. So now she is going to be learning not to be creating this on temporary emotions, but to have a stable emotions and be honest with yourself. And that is going to be the lessons probably for some of the people into the inner child that need to work on it. All right, 11 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Capricorn. We're going to see some ascendant is going to be with Chiron. This is going to be the moments where the Chiron is going to be like, yeah, I need some help. This is going to be the moments when you're going to realize that the inner child within you, it needs some this energies. It needs some this attentions. It needs this emotions. What the inner child actually needs is information. What is the act? How to react? Where did that come from? And realizes what you have now grown. Why you're acting right now as an adult and based of that wounded inner child. And when you go back and you trace it out, because tonight, about a few hours ago, I had a conversation with somebody, particularly about that portions. Okay, and when you see this, you understand that now your intuition knows more. Your intuition's giving you a better, and now through the intuition, you're creating the awareness of the consequences of the actions, which is called what? Maturity. All right. We're going to see a lot of this duality that we are going to have to make a choice. I'm talking about right now. That choices, it's coming. Okay. We have like 2 days until figure it out. This energy is in there until the moon is arriving too. And now with all those changes that it's coming in, we are talking about Uranus is retrograde, Jupiter is a retrograde in there. We still have to reevaluate things. Do the reevaluations within yourself, particularly about those two things. Talking about Taurus, how you make money. Maybe you're going to feel like right now it's like money are tight situation, financial situations, and so on, or worry about how you're going to make it. Uranus is going to be telling you, go evaluate it. Whatever you do, is that make you happy? If your money makes you happy, great. But in the future, they may be not. Jupiter says like, well, when you're not happy where you are because of the family patterns inside of you, you have to reevaluate in this and put yourself together in a different way. And that differences, we are going to be seeing it because Uranus right now, it's in a very beautiful trines with everybody. I mean, with everybody. He is just like going in there, it's just like change one thing after a thing after a thing. Then you're going to find yourself, you may be going to be acting totally different than ever you've been acting. And you're wondering where this come from. It's because of these reevaluations with all the archetypes within yourself. That is about the warrior, that is about the communicator within you, that is about the love and how you're appreciating everything you have in your life. That is about of how you develop yourself, your will that controls and puts everything together, which is the sun. As the same thing, the sun, it's put together the whole solar system. Right? I mean, picture yourself, you're this magnetic field inside of you living here, because guess what? You're a magnet. You know, you got a lots of metals in your bones. Okay? And since you're producing emotions and energies, you're giving energies to these magnets, to these bones. Then you have positive or negative towards other people, right? It depends on what you are. If you're negative within inside of you, you're looking for something positive, right? To attract, right? You're looking for something positive in there. So you're attracting what? Positive people towards you. If you're positive, what? Guess what? The negative people comes to you because they need something positive. That's how it works. Okay? So with this kind of like of understandings and energies inside of you, we are also living this planet that it's spinning into the solar system. But the solar system works in a positive and negative, that it's spinning and turning around through the gravity. So the magnetic field from the solar system affecting us. And that's how the effect of the planets is coming. Okay? It's a science. Okay? It's not like something, out of the box. Astrology is not just out of the box. Okay? All right. 2 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Aquarius, and then it's going to be at Gemini. Very beautiful energies that it's going to be pointing out in there. That is at about the level of communications. How are you going to be talking to yourself to put all these things together? I mean, you put yourself together, okay? But you're putting yourself together because of the others. You have to learn how to cooperate with others. That is going to be the purpose of this new moon, but in a base of personal values. Okay, hands down with that. Now, as we are going to be going through more within through the day, at 3 o'clock, the inner work is going to be connecting with the North Node. That is going to be very much with the ascendant that it's going to be at Cancer. Family, you maybe realize certain things about family. But right now, that energy is beginning to be square with who? With the dark moon Lilith. Things, it's coming out. Like it or not, they're coming out of it. You cannot hide it anymore. You're feeling it. It's like, okay, I cannot hide it even from myself. They're just coming out. And I cannot control it. Of course, they got to come out. Because that is the energy that has to come out of your system. Because those are the things you piled it up within you. In a way, it's a very beautiful energy, but in a way, the fear is going to be keeping you to move forward. And now Moon is understanding this, because the Moon just met them, right? All right, a lot of the energy is going to be coming in of learning, processing, but also is going to be, you know what, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. If you do that, that's what is going to happen. And this is going to be a Saturn that's going to be tripping your guilty consciousness, or is going to trip you. You know what? You need to go ahead and sit down and do your work. Okay? I mean, thanks God, because I'm doing some study for driver license, and today I was like, you know what, Dio, you're just going to sit down and you're going to be going over there. You're going to sit down on the computer. You're going to be studying. Okay? Structure. Saturn presents structure. Saturn controls the bones in our system. And now, with that energies of structure, we're going to see some very beautiful things. Okay? You finally want to put that into a perspective. But Saturn is sextiling all this pack of personal planets. He says what? Structure in the new way. Do you have benefits with others? Okay? Structure it. Right? Because a Capricorn cannot be without structure. Pay attention to what you have in a Capricorn, okay? That is going to be pointing out what kind of structure you have to develop within yourself, okay? Particularly people that they have a Venus at Capricorn or Mars at Capricorn. For those who have a Mercury at Capricorn, you basically have to learn how to structure, speak, how to talk to people. But first you have to learn how to talk to yourself. All right. With that being said, 5 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be with Leo. The inner work is going to be in Aries. That is going to be energy that it's going to be kind of like okay, calm down, put everything in perspective. Okay? Right now, the moon is together with Vertex. Now the gate is open. The energy is opening it up. You got the download, now you open the newspaper, because you're not just reading on the front page. Let's say turn to page 18. You already turned in page 18. It's like, you know what, I'm going to go to the bottom of this. I want to get into this. I want to understanding this download. I want to get and put myself together. And the intuition is going to leading. She's going to be leading all this because she sees that. But that is going to be the conflict that you have to learn a structure. As the moon is going to beginning to square Saturn and Neptune, you're going to be finding tough things, because you haven't put yourself in a new way, and you don't know the structure of a new way. You're trying to create something and it's not working. Why? Using old things. And since using all things doesn't work, and guess what? You're contracting. You are imploding. You just create this vacuum within yourself. It's like the things doesn't go on, like no energy is just going anything, right? While the energy that it's going to be coming, it's like, okay, heal these new patterns within yourself, heal this inner child within yourself, understanding that you need to do new things. And from there, these new things is going to be start and coming in, because the ascendant that is at Leo is going to be trining the moon. You're going to see this energy that are coming towards you. What do you do at Leo? I mean, this is, people who have something in Leo, you should know about it. Okay? What do you do at Leo? You establish your will. The sun is ruler of the Leo. Okay? And there you put everything that you have in there. When you're a 5-year-old, you are learning to develop that patterns. But if you're wounded at 5-year-old, what do? You carry them with you all your life. Okay? So now we're going to have this very beautiful divine energies that's going to be coming in at 7 o'clock. Okay? So as we see in that energy of the ascendant, as you see these divine energies, that comes in, it says like, have you developed properly all this? So here is Vertex, here is Mercury, here is Mars, here is the Sun, here is a Venus, here is a Pluto. All this beginnings to line up. You need to understand that when the planets are lined up in a very close proximity, they're actually working as one. But now, as we see in this yacht, which is this green triangle, it comes in from where? Structure. You're doing this purpose right here for a structure. And you see it, the energy is going to be intense all over the place. Okay? You see it, there's so many connections in there. There are so many things that's happening right in there. Okay? Energia for them. Что за pentagram? There is not that much about the pentagram in there, Arthur. In there, it is about more about a yacht. Okay, that's 150 degrees axis in there. All right. 8 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be in Virgo. That is going to be with the South Node. Of course, the past is always comes in to kind of like remind us about certain things. Okay? Some of us can have a guilty conscience. Some of us finding the logic. Some of us is going to be unhealed things in there. Whatever it is. Sometimes you wish to go back in life and fix certain things because you believe that if you fix them, the life that you have right now would have been differently. But no, you're living here and now. But by understanding the mistakes from the past, you are moving into the future. Hi. 9 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Gemini. That's going to be squaring the knots in there. And with that energies in there is going to be like how you're talking to you about the past and the future. Okay? Just to remind you, with the Gemini, there are always two of them. One wants and the other don't. Right? But we also have the knots into the duality signs of Pisces and a Virgo. So now the duality within ourselves about the past and the future, it's going to be a kind of like in the cubes, okay? Not the squares, in the cubes, okay? And we have these 3 points of dualities. And for some, this is going to be some intense energies. For some people, this is going to be like, okay, what I need to put in. This is like you have in a scale, and you put 2 things to measure it. The past, the future, the past, the future, the past, the future. Well, you need to understand you have to make a balance within the evolutions that are coming towards us. because that's how it's going to be. Now, with all this, at 10 o'clock, we're going to see some more intense energies with this, because now the inner work is opposing the moon, and the moon is going to be squaring the ascendant and squaring Saturn. It says, like, well, how are you going to put something in the scales, but there is nothing holds the scales? Everything could just kind of crumble. You need some structure. I don't know structure. I don't know how to structure things for the future. I don't see it. Don't go too fast. Okay? You have to meet who? You have to meet Pluto. Okay? But Pluto's going to say, did you put new things in you and perspective? Are you ready to cooperate with others? Are you ready to cooperate yourself with others? Because if you're not, you shall not pass. Saturn's going to tell you. Okay? We're going to see these energies that is going to be coming towards us. Hi, well, at 11 o'clock, this is going to be the ascendant. It's going to be at Libra. This is going to be about the relationships with others. That ascendant is going to be a trining Pluto. That is going to be sextiling the moon. But it's going to be squaring the inner work. It's going to be at Cancer. And here is about a lot of things about family. Okay? Finally, that we have to understand as a species, okay? We're all living in the same house. I say that many times. We all have our souls, but we all have a different things. Doesn't matter, okay? You maybe grow up in the same country, same culture, and same things, and all of a sudden you have a different values. Well, everyone has different ways and different things. But guess what? When you're talking soul to soul, everyone understands. Isn't that magic? It is magic. But that is what we are in the reality. So making it that balance in there, and particularly what Pluto is trying to tell us right now, he is pulling up to go forward. Okay? And pay attention to what you have from the end of Capricorn. I know for some of the people who are Cancerians or have ascendant Cancer into the last degrees and so on, it has been tough and rough. Okay? My ascendant is at 19 degrees of Cancer. I went through all the kind of like emotions and so on and so on. But understanding this, understanding psychology and philosophy, I changed my things in there. And that's why I'm talking to you from personal perspective. Okay, guys? Hopefully this helps you in your life. That's what it was, the astrogravitational report for today. And I'm going to be giving you, okay, for January 16, 7 o'clock in the morning, what is going to be. By the way, pay attention to midnight, because the midnight energies is going to be some hot, okay? If you cannot sleep, you have a hot vibes, have things comes in, cold water, cold shower, okay? And go commando. That's helping, all right? Been there, done that. All right, 7 o'clock. So the moon, it's going to be continue right now in its journey, but right now she's going to be getting directions from above. The moon is going to be 150 degrees with Uranus at 7 o'clock in the morning, but that is going to be squaring Saturn and Neptune. Your visions is never going to be pretty much the same visions as the universe. But if you tapping and you matching your visions with the universe, then the manifestations begin. Okay? So pay attention to what you have today. Pay attention with this, because tomorrow this energy that is coming towards us is going to be even giving us more guidance. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you for coming in, and come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report. Much love.